Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome back to your full-time ITFC fan reaction live show following Ipswich Town 2, Arsenal under 21s 0 in Papa John's action. Before we get any further into the video, whether you're watching live or on catch up, be sure to hit that like button. It really does help the platform out. And of course, share it to any ITFC fans that you think would enjoy the platform and all the media that is put out every single day, nearly every single day, in regards to Ipswich Town Football Club. And don't forget, if you're not yet a Talking Town fifth standard, you can become one today by hitting the YouTube join button or by going to Ko-Fi and becoming a fifth standard through there. $4.99 a month, absolutely worth it, I believe. Anyway, £1.24-ish a week, approximately. Great value. You can't beat it. So, Papa John's, 2 wins from 2. Ipswich Town are currently sitting top of their table. Let me just refresh the tab and I will show you the league table. Bring in our contributors, Mike and Neil, to give us their thoughts. But this is your EFL Papa John's league table. Town, as you can see, firmly in first position, 6 points. 3 points are the nearest team behind, which is Arsenal, and then Cambridge up next. They also have 3 points. The qualification all but assured for Kieran McKenna's team. A goal difference of 8. Both Arsenal and Cambridge both have 8. So it would take, a number of goals to turn it around, but it's not over until it's over. That's the league table. We want to know what you thought tonight. Who played well for you? Who didn't play well for you? How did you see the course of the evening's events unfold? Josh says Ladapo scored. It's a miracle. Oozle, comfortable, good win. Ashley says Dominic Ball, man of the match. Run the midfield and looks fantastic. Great to see Ladapo score again, but he really should be coming off with at least a hat trick tonight. Can't fault many performances. Fair point. Gino, job done. Should have been more than just the 2 goals. Harry, would be great to see how Town go on a proper cup run, even if it's the Pizza Trophy. And as Jeremy says, he wants the link because he is leading by example. It is your platform to have your say in your own words, unfiltered and live. So there is the link incoming to the chat. You can also have your say via the live chat or by coming on the platform. So have your say, and the link is now in the chat. Get involved. Fisherman, welcome back, my man. It's finished Town 2, not Arsenal. I said Norwich. Arsenal 0. What were your thoughts on that one then?
Look, it was an okay game to watch, wasn't it? It was it was all right, wasn't it? I mean, I thought Ball and Humphreys dominated the midfield. Our passing looked really good, crisp. I think Ladapo was struggling to finish starter, dinner, and lunch until he scored, weren't he? Look, Ball took his goal well, didn't he? And Ladapo, when he finally got an opportunity, well, he had opportunities, but sorry, my cat's just got on the table. Get off your hoodlum. Look, it was a good watch.
Yep.
Weren't bored, but it wasn't, like I said, it was just a typical Pizza Cup game, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Well, it was a typical Pizza Cup game, but it got off to such a great start, didn't we? 1-0 inside the first couple of minutes. I mean, Arsenal hadn't even touched the ball at this point. As you mentioned, Dominic Ball's wonderful finish there. A slow start was the theme of the pre-season, but over the course of the first 10 games, our starts to the games have been really good, haven't they? We've often flown out of the traps.
Well, that was a thing that I said last season, and I think a lot of fans did as well. There was a lot of fans that were saying, look, what is the point of us coming out, at snail pace? We need to be getting into these teams sort of from day, from the start of the whistle. And that's what's happened, isn't it? We're doing that now. We're getting... we're coming out of blocks. We're, and we're not coming out of the blocks at full pace, but we're coming out of the blocks fast, and we're maintaining it with the substitutions over the 90 plus minutes. And I think tonight was a prime example again of, what happens if you do come out of the blocks fast. There's always a good opportunity if you've got an opportunity to put a ball in the back of the net, there you are. You're going to put it in the back of the net, aren't you?
You are, absolutely. So to bring in Mr. Neil, Mr. Positivity. Welcome back, Neil. Just talking about our fast start there. How did you see tonight's Papa John's pizza action? What were your thoughts after that one?
Well, other than scoring more, it can't get any better than that, can it?
No. How many more do you think we could have scored in all fairness? Because people will say Hadrick could have had, Ladapo could have had a hat-trick, possibly so. But there was some real chances for us there tonight, weren't there?
Yeah, Ball could have got 2. Ladapo could have got a few. And yeah, Chaplin had a chance. Yeah, it was easy for us to get plenty there.
Easy for us, but yet we only walk away with a 2-0 lead, Mike.
Sorry, my cat just made me jump out of my skin.
I know. I saw you. I saw you
Jesus
literally
Christ.
jump out of your shell.
Do you know what? Look, Ladapo earlier. My God, he had some chances, didn't he?
He did.
He really does look like a striker out of form at the moment. He's not. He wasn't chasing down as much as I'd like him to do. But look, when he finally put the ball in the back of the net, albeit against, a young sort of Arsenal under-21 side, shall we say, it's look. I think he needs to do it in the league for fans to get, look, the fans. You could hear the fans calling his name, and that was good. I think. He's not the same player as Piggott last season, but he does need to work that little bit harder, in my opinion, than because the others do. The other forwards do run and really press and really, cause a lot of problems. He tends to sort of do it in fits and starts. He'll like, the ball's 5 yards from me, I'll make a run to it. But if it's 10 yards away from him, he tends to sort of just leave it. And I think. Now I'm being attacked by a fly. So yeah, I think he needs to do more. I'd like to see him score a goal in the league. But look, he's one of those, isn't it? He scored again tonight, and look, that's a positive, isn't it? That's a positive for him. He's going to go away. He scored a goal, and hopefully he'll take it into the league.
It's a huge positive for him, and I tweeted out just before we came live that it was just rewards for me, Neil. He's worked his socks off this evening. Sometimes he needs to be more clinical in front of goal, but it's just rewards for the hard work he put out there for the 90 minutes. The unseen hard work, the stuff that you don't notice, the stuff that you don't necessarily appreciate. Granted, though, he's there to score goals. That's my take. That's the Fisherman's. You're somebody who I know has not been bought on the Fred Ladapo stock since day one. How are you feeling this evening? Because I feel if hard work becomes perseverance, perseverance comes rewards, and rewards will come with him. Where are you with him?
He never really looks like he's ever going to score. Prior to Ball picking up possession where he did and playing that superb through ball, and Ladapo, you just waited for him to put it wide of that post again, but he didn't on that occasion. And yeah, it was great for him to score. But prior to that moment, I was just thinking that if we had played the game till Christmas, he wouldn't have scored.
And many at home will be thinking the exact same thing. Many, in fact, on social media, Mike, have said they'd rather have Macaulay Bonne up the top than Big Freddie.
Well, you said that he worked hard tonight. I didn't really see that. Look, he had opportunities. He got himself in good positions. But, two shots straight at the keeper. When you coach players, your strikers, it's left and right at keeper. Don't hit it straight at him. Hit it left and right at keeper. Make him make a save, a proper save. But both times tonight, he had an opportunity to. He's not putting his foot through him, He's that one that came to him from KVY, I think, or Edwards. He should have really leathered it, but he didn't. He just sort of tried to side pass it in. And then there was one in the box where he sort of swiped at it rather than really go for it. And I think I'm wrong. The Ladapo is the trigger for the press, not the main press. He dictates the angle of the press. On what planet, I have no idea. Someone
I have to slightly agree on that. He does look. He does look lazy, and he doesn't quite have that same look about him as Jackson does, who's sprinting everywhere, barely keeping on his feet, and jumping when the keeper, goes to clear it. Ladapo doesn't do that. He does exactly what this man has said, and he just takes up that position, and he just starts the press. We didn't engage up as high as the keeper today. We let them come on to us a little bit, and then we hit them.
Yeah, I mean, the angle of the press is what he dictates. I can see what Jack was saying there. Callie says Ladapo will take us to Wembley. Roy, Hadby can't play because he was already cup tied for Burton. He was, which is a big shame because obviously it would have been good to have him get some minutes. And I thought the competition was about getting players minutes, but there we go. Jack Messenger, I'd rather my striker miss his chances than not get them. Goals will come for him. His movement. I'm with Jack here. You see, I do.
Well, then that's the excuse for Piggott last year, yeah.
Well, how many clear-cut chances?
No, I'm just saying. If we're going down that road, yeah, then that's Piggott's excuse for last season. But at the end of the day is right. Look, I was struggling to see why Ladapo was brought in because he doesn't suit this one up front scenario, playing with two supporting, I don't know, strikers, attackers, or whatever. Doesn't suit his game. Like someone said, he played better. He plays better in a two. And that's been proven. There's no way he's scoring 15 goals this season. To say I'd rather my striker miss his chances, that is a sweeping statement I've heard, if I ever heard. Try to tell that to Paul Mariner in his heyday.
Well, that's like, come on, you can't be
calling
comparing.
it as I see it. I will call it as I see it. Always have done, always will do.
I think
you come out with statements like that and then look back at our past strikers and think if Ed had took that view, we wouldn't have had the glory like we had.
But is there not an argument, Neil, for a striker that if he has 10 chances a game and misses all 10, he's still getting 10 chances a game? You can work on finishing or you can work on confidence. He's got the stats to back up playing at this level. He scores goals. He's getting X, Y, Z chances. If we were walking off tonight or any week and saying, he didn't have any chances again tonight, nothing at all, I'd be more worried. I really would. How do you before bringing Neil Perks?
It might be a little bit more of him coming in deep and doing that sort of thing because the commentators mentioned a few times he wasn't gambling or he wasn't in the box to slot away where he should be. There were so many balls that came across. There were 4 from Edwards that was mentioned that were brilliant crosses, and there was just no one in there to put them away.
No. David, good evening, by the way, my friend. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining us again. Fishman on the ball as usual. Keep it up. Okay, first of all, we've got Neil Perks, then we've got Jezza, then we've got Stephen Parry potentially joining us as well to round off the show. Aiming to do 20-25, maybe half an hour tonight, my friends, depending on where the conversation goes. It's already been a fiery opening 14 over.
It's all about opinions, nothing personal.
Oh, no. Attack the opinion, not the person. Neil, I want from you, first of all, a like target, please. Can you set this show a like target? What can the people at home strive to achieve?
75.
Boom. Love it. We'll have it. Let's go. Hit the like button at home. Let's hit Neil's like target. So, Neil, how have you seen it from the comfort of the floor?
Yeah, I watched it on iFollow. I was really impressed. Very impressed. Very impressed with Humphreys and Ball. Impressed with Davies, and I thought Edmondson had a brilliant game. Edmondson, thought he was immense at the back.
What a cross, though, Neil. What a cross.
Yeah, at the end there, he nearly undone all his good work over the whole 90 minutes, didn't he? Because
that was really wrong to
Who was he actually trying to pick out? Because he didn't put his foot behind it.
I don't know.
It was a careful precision pass to the wrong man.
We joke, Neil. We joke, Neil. But this is what often people criticise Edmondson about in league action. He's got that mistake in him.
Yeah,
he proved it again tonight, didn't he, Mr. Moles, Mr. Positivity? He's got that little bit of a mistake in him, hasn't he?
I'd say out of the two that played centre back tonight, he is the one that, if you pen him in that corner, he looks the most vulnerable. Even Keogh looks a lot more comfortable.
But why is that, Mr. Perks? What do you think particularly about George gives people that sort of jittery? And again, passes like tonight are the reason why you get the jitters. But why? What about him as the player is causing that, do you think?
I'm a massive Edmondson fan. I really am. Maybe some overconfidence or just shutting off for a minute or two. But I mean, really, apart from that, he done nothing wrong, did he? But I mean, if it's 0-0 and you do something like that, it could cost you the game, couldn't it?
Is it a case of being asked to play out, Mike? Is it a case of being asked to play out a little bit too often?
No, it's that left-sided, isn't it? That's that left side. That's left side of the three, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah, but this was his right foot. So there was just
I know. But if you're playing left side, but the difference between the reason why Burgess has been playing so well and he's more naturally suited to that left of a three because he's got that ability with his left foot. Do you know what I mean? He's got that left foot to get him out of trouble, play up a line, which is what has been doing. That's the reason why Burns hasn't been involved so much this season, Burns and Donassi, because there's been more, we've been more balanced across that back line, which is what we wanted. We wanted that balance. We wanted the same sort of thing happening on the left, what was happening on the right. So, of course, when you play Burgess, you've got that left-footed player that can play that position, whereas Edmondson, for me, is a right. Look at Edmondson. For me, is a centre of the three. The trouble is, you got Wolfie, and then you got Keogh, and now you got Edmondson. So there's, in my opinion, there's three trying to play for the same position. If you're playing forward at back, then you put Edmondson and Wolfie, or Keogh, Wolfie, Keogh, and Edmondson in that middle too. And then obviously have your left backs and right backs. But if you're playing that three, Edmondson on that left hand side is the weak link, and it's proven time and time again. He's a great defender. I rate him. I just think he's better. It's kind of a round peg in a square hole rather than a square peg in a round hole. You can get a round peg in a square hole. It's not going to fill in the gaps, which is what Edmondson does when he steps into that left side of the three. So for me, I think, like I said, I think if he was playing in Wolfie's position, I think these mistakes wouldn't happen.
Yeah, which is what kind of what Harp said. Harp says exactly why Burgess plays instead of Edmondson is the potential to drop a bollock every game. Neil, we want to try and stay positive. 2-0 win. The Papa John's group stage is almost sewn up. How important was tonight for you, and how important is this competition now for you? Looking at the group stage and just how far you can go, and where, of course, the final is held.
Well, I mean, obviously, the league's obviously a priority. But, I mean, it'd be good to get a cup run. I can't see why we couldn't get to the latter stages. But, yeah, the priority's the league, and it's got to be. But it'd be nice to have a cup run.
Yeah, and obviously this Sunday, we play a team very close to you in
I'm there. Yeah, I'm there with my oldest boy. We're there. We got tickets. Matt sent me some tickets down. So, yeah, we're going.
Top work. So, right side. We discussed it before the game. I'll get Mike and Neil's thoughts in just a second. Before I let you go, Mr. Perks, who plays that right side for you on Sunday? We saw all three candidates today, didn't we? We saw Caden Jackson, we saw Edwards, and we saw Vincent Young. Who for you would you want to see on that Wes Burns role?
I'd say it was probably just one or two players, which is KVY or Edwards, but I know it's a different ball game on Sunday, but I'd like to see Edwards given a go, to be honest. I know sometimes his final ball and things like that, but he put in some lovely crosses tonight, didn't he? I mean, the commentator was saying if you was crossing that in, you'd be questioning, where's the strikers? Where are they on the end of those crosses? Brilliant balls in. I think he's quite a confidence player as well, isn't he? He's got so many tricks about him and so much to like about him. It's just his final ball, isn't it? And things like that. But I'd like to see him given a go, I would.
Okay. Mr. Perks, enjoy your game Sunday. We are live tomorrow again, 8:30 for the Matchday preview. Come and join us if you can. I'd love to get some more thoughts from you. And appreciate it, buddy. Enjoy the game.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers,
All the best, buddy.
Mr. Moles, Mr. Fisherman. I'll start with you, Mr. Moles. KVY, Edwards, Jackson, if you were McKenna, all things off tonight for a moment. Who would take the shirt for you on Sunday, Neil?
With the way he played tonight and the performance he put out on the right-hand side, it can't be anyone else other than Edwards.
Mm-hmm. Were you impressed tonight with what he brought? What did you feel he brought to the table?
Yeah, I think he was helped slightly that the left back they replaced in the second half, because he just really wasn't up to the task. He really helped make Edwards look amazing in that first half, but he just couldn't deal with him, whether he come inside or outside. Yeah, Edwards was brilliant.
Any shout for Caden Jackson, do you think, Mike? Because obviously we know Burton, he did well, but off tonight again, he came on and he almost played in within a few minutes of coming on the field. He does create.
It does seem a theme with Caden Jackson. Doesn't
he does create chances. That's what he does.
He almost, yeah. Look, no, not on that right hand side. You do not put a player like Jackson on that right hand side.
I'm not shocked.
No, absolutely, no. It's nothing to do with the fact that the fact is that's for me. You've either got KVY who play Edmondson on that, or Edwards on that role.
Yeah.
Edwards, for me, someone pointed out that he doesn't track back defensively. So, in fairness, would he be the ideal person to start the game? Would you play KVY to start the game so you could, KVY, lots of pace, lots of energy, up and down that right wing with Danasian supporting, and then about 20 minutes to go, you bring on Edwards, and that is the last thing you want as a left back or a left wing back or whatever, is to have a fast-pacey player, player like KVY starting, and then with 20 minutes to go, fresh pair of legs like Edwards starting on that side. You wouldn't want it. You'd be hanging out your ass at the end of the game. And I think, look, whoever starts, I think with 20 minutes to go, will be replaced by the other. Both, in my opinion, have got an opportunity to stake that claim. Edwards was good tonight. I think if Ladapo had been more in the box rather than doing I don't know what, if he'd have been more in the box, he would have maybe got onto some of them lovely balls that were going across. And that was mentioned actually by one of the commentators, and said, look, I think Edwards and KV have got a case. I'm not really fussed who starts really, because I think if one starts, the other's he's gonna get replaced at some point later in the game. So
okay,
and so that's just for me.
Perfect.
I think something in KVY's court is, I think the manager will know more what he's going to get from him.
Yeah.
It's a bit more consistency in how he approaches and how he plays. Then, really, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he has quite the same peak that Edwards has got, but I think overall, he's more of a reliable player. You know more what you're getting from him.
Which I guess at this stage of their careers, you shouldn't be too surprised about. One's a young player still finding his way, still learning, still developing. The other player is more of a steady Eddie, seasoned pro, been there, done it, played at various levels. Jezza, going to bring you in. Jez, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm struggling, really.
Are you okay, Jez? What's wrong? Are you not feeling too well?
My throat hurts a bit. But
okay, well, we won't keep you too long. What are your thoughts off tonight's game?
Great result.
Mm-hmm.
And I on Sunday, I'd start KVY.
Okay. Who else sort of played well for you tonight then, Jez? Out of tonight's 11, who was good in the blue shirt?
Dominic Ball and Ladapo.
You enjoyed Ladapo's performance tonight?
Yes.
Good. I no, that's fine to be Jez, same as me, really. I would like to have seen him take a few more chances. Don't get me wrong, but Dominic Ball. Many people are saying in the chat, Jez, Dominic Ball's their man of the match. What about Ball's performance tonight from you? Was majestic? Was great.
Yeah. He took his goal well. And
He did early doors as well.
Yeah.
First sort of couple of minutes.
I was surprised. Well, wasn't surprised he scored because I think he has scored at his previous club as well.
He's not a
Yep.
scouse.
He's not as well. Let's talk about that then, Neil. Dominic Ball this evening. How did you see his performance?
Other than the 2 times he gave it away late on, I guess he was getting a bit tired, and I think our shape got a little bit worse. But yeah, other than, like I say, giving it away twice, he was absolutely on form. There was nothing the man could do wrong.
Nothing the man could do wrong, Mike. We obviously talked about him and Humphreys before the game. Lee says, evening all, Ball and Humphreys ran the game. Humphreys looking stronger every game. Take your pick. You got Dom Ball, you got Humphreys.
Dominic Ball was exactly the reason why he should have come on instead of Keogh at the weekend, because he would have shored up that midfield where we were struggling. And today it was a proven case. You know, Wolsey's a captain. So you take off Lee Evans and you bring on Dominic Ball. You got two naturally defensive midfielders, you know, both can create, both can battle, and that was, for me, that was that was the call at the weekend. And Lee's right. Me and Lee don't often agree on things, but Lee is bang on the money. I think both Humphreys and Ball ran that midfield tonight, and Humphreys is looking good. He had a couple of moments where there was a pass back to the keeper, which I thought I don't think he was realised that Halaki was that far out of his area. But thankfully, Halaki had a good touch. Otherwise, that could have ended up in the back of the net. But look, I agree. I think Ball for me was man of the match. I think none of the players tonight deserve less than a. Let's give all players a 7, even Ladapo. Let's give them all a 7, and we'll give Dom Ball a good 9, because I thought he was maybe Humphreys an 8. And I thought, they won the game. They played against a very obviously Arsenal are no mugs. They've got a good under 23s, and that Smith he's a player I'd love. I'd have gone for. I thought he sort of dictated their play in the midfield, but and sort of go from there really. But I thought, like I said, I think tonight was a stepping stone. Another big step. My cat is abusing me tonight. There's another step on that rung where we were from where we were last season. Last season we pantsed the game, didn't we? So this season, we dominated the game.
Absolutely. Jez, before I let you go, you man of the match tonight, my man?
Dom Ball.
Dom Ball. Nice and easy. Love it. Jez, rest that throat. Get some honey and lemon. Look after yourself. Look after yourself, Jeremy. Bless him. Not very well there this evening. We've got Lee Anderson, like most youngsters, Arsenal great on the ball but struggled off it. Leo Bayliss, sometimes in big games like Saturday, you may need to put 3 in the middle, Morsey, Evans and Ball. Neil Chaplin was involved first half, but very quiet in the second. Like that, Lee. And I've seen that mentioned a couple of times in the chat. I'm actually going to bring that up on tomorrow night's show, 8:30 with Vicky and Coxie. Going to ask them how they'd approach it. Maybe a 3 is the way to go. I saw our resident coach there nodding his head. So, if he approves, it could be a good way to go. Harness an 8 for his pressing and 4 for his passing. Beep won't be with us this evening. His signal is absolutely dire. He keeps coming, then going, then coming, then carrying. It's like one of those sort of revolving doors at Debenhams, where they old.
I'll tell you what, right? I had an absolute nightmare earlier. Talking about beeping, obviously he's beeping from his. I'm decorating the hallway, and I was heat stripping the bloody old gloss off the rails. Gosh, set my alarms off, mate, and I couldn't shut them up no matter what I did. I opened all the doors. I had to stop. I stopped doing it in the end. I pulled them off the bloody walls.
Have you made sure they're all?
Yeah, they're all back now. I just weren't very happy earlier.
Good. All right. Yeah,
they're
good.
working now.
I bet you weren't. So Marcus Harness, before we leave then, gentlemen, how did you see his performance this evening? Some conversation in the chat. I'll grab one of them. Ball and blue. Harness is a 5 for me. Mike, how did you see Marcus Harness's performance?
No, look, no player gets less than a 7 tonight, or less than a 6.5 or 7 type thing, because we won the game. You know, we won the game, and it's a team game. You know, if Harness weren't playing, and we're playing with 10 mil, would have lost that. So at the end of the day is, look, he didn't have a great game. He was quiet, but he don't deserve a 5.
Okay, Neil, not a 5 for you, or are you with Ball and blue?
I'm not 100% sure quite how I sit on him. He's good at moments, but I'm not sure I see enough of it from him. He winning the ball back, the press, and all that sort of thing, absolutely fabulous. Yeah, exactly what you wanted. But as someone mentioned, the passing side of his game, he turns into trouble too much. Early on, he done some really good bits, but yeah.
Actually, Neil, what you just said there is actually bang on. Actually, that's a very, very good point, because that's what happened at the weekend when he was turning into trouble. He keeps turning into traffic rather than 5.5. He keeps turning into traffic rather than turning into space, which is basic 101 football, isn't it? You know, you never turn into traffic.
No,
you know?
We're not meant to. I've seen enough players over the years
not meant to turn into traffic.
do it though.
Sorry.
I've seen enough players over the years do it though. That's the thing.
It does, it's basic training, isn't it? It's basic pass and move, isn't it? Passing the ball, and you get the ball, you turn away from the players. You never turn into them, especially defensive or the opposition. Never turn in the opposition. Turn away from them.
Do you think he lacks?
Sorry.
Do you think he lacks a little bit of the pace to do the 1-2 that we see in other areas of the pitch?
Possibly.
I can't speak badly of Marcus Harness. I think he's arguably one of our best players. And
you just like his eyes.
No, forget. I like the way he plays football, mate. That's what I do like.
Yeah, Jackson's one for the look. Okay, I'll give Jackson 2. All right, because he came on tonight. How's that? I'm joking.
All right, there we go. Right, man, a match from you both this evening. Neil,
it's got to be Dominic Ball.
Dominic Ball. Fisherman.
Second that. Dominic Ball. Yeah. With Humphreys a close second. I thought he was very good tonight.
Yeah. I thought.
I think I would have gone Keogh for my second. Just between the two of them, they just ran the game.
Yeah. He looked at just a good shout. I can't disagree with that.
Yeah. Up to you two. I don't mind. Either way, we've won the game.
I'm going to go Ball, because I think him, Humphreys, and Keogh. Like I said, they with Keogh, defensively we looked good, apart from the odd mistake here and there. Midfield wise, we just looked sublime, and we just, like I said, if Ladapo can just finish his dinner a few times, then he's going to be a good little player.
Yeah, absolutely. Apparently we're never happy on here, so I'm just replying back. If they believe that, then they.
Who's been never happy? Because we're bloody happy. We won tonight.
Well, if they believe that genuinely, they obviously don't watch enough. They need to watch more Talking Town content, and they can do by tomorrow night, 8:30. Myself, Coxie, and Vicky beforehand, 7:15. The F1 show with Steve, Neil, and me is live as well. So if you like your F1, like your town, your Wednesday nights are sorted. A few more comments before we've got Harps. Ball, so casual. Appears to have so much time, makes it look easy. Neil says we're top of the league. Go to Wembley. Cheer up. That's it. Right.
we ain't there yet, and we ain't won the league yet. Look, like I said, season finishes May next year. Let's see where we are then. And I God hope we are. I hope we're top 2. Look, I don't care if we finish first or second, as long as we get out of this league automatically. Don't want the playoffs. Don't want. No, absolutely. It's a lottery. You might as well just stick 2 balls out and draw it out, because that's how the playoffs can be. We could be favourites and end up losing.
But even a playoff defeat would be progress after the last couple of years. Not the progress we want or should have, but certainly the progress on 2 mid-table finishes.
But if we, I get that. But at the same time, we haven't brought these players in to play in League One next season. We've brought these players in to be playing in the Championship next season. And that's where we want to be. I believe we will get there. I honestly do. I think, McKenna's not always going to get it right. I didn't think he got it right at the weekend with the Keogh substitution. But we're top of the league, and while at the time it felt like a loss, right now we got a win tonight. We're all smiling. We've had a debate. We've got opinions on players, and that's, look, we're not sat here mid-table whinging.
No, we're certainly not, and I do not want League One football next year. Do not misunderstand me at all. I do not want to be in this Proxy League any more. David, €10. Thank you very much, David. Appreciate that. Like Brilliant. I say, join us tomorrow, 8:30 for more Talking Town action, our Matchday preview, as we will look back on tonight, then look ahead to Sunday, should I say. Don't forget, we can't do these shows without your guys' and girls' support, so do hit that join button or become a fifth stander on Ko-Fi. But for now, he is the Fisherman. He's got many coaching badges. He's off to shine them up by here. He is Mr. Positivity, Neil Moles, once more from Marcus Harness. I just claim that's madness. But there we go. All about opinions. We never stop here at TT. Join us tomorrow, live at 8:30 with love, with care. We'll speak. You make me smile when I think of you. If I get down knowing that you're blue. Crazy from just the thought of you.